Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Sommer here to talk about the lesson grams to mole conversion. So the difference between this lesson and the previous one is now you're going from grams to moles instead of moles to grams. But the setup is pretty much the same. So in this lesson, the goal is to convert grams of a substance to moles of that same substance using your molar mass. If you remember that the conversion factor for between moles and mass is that 1 mole equals your molar mass in grams. So molar mass grams over 1 mole, or 1 mole over the molar mass in grams. So remember, depending on which one you want to use, or what you're trying to do, you're going to use a different, either this one or that one. So last time we used this conversion factor because we were going from moles to mass. This time we're going to use this conversion factor going from mass to moles. And remember, for these type of problems, you need to set up your railroad tracks and calculate the molar mass before you can start doing the problem. In medicine, in order to make different types of drugs, scientists and pharmacists must convert from grams that they can weigh on a balance of individual chemicals to moles of those chemicals, which is the ratio in the balanced chemical equation, in order to have the correct ratio in the final medication. They don't have the correct ratio of chemicals, the medication doesn't have the same effect. In this example, so converting from mass to moles, how many moles are in 36.5 grams of potassium iodine? So the molar mass of potassium iodine, is 166, and I'm going to write actually 0.00, so you have your decimals. Let me rewrite that like this, hold on. 166.00 grams per 1 mole of potassium iodine. So how many moles are in 36.5 grams? So that's what we started with. So 36.5 grams Ki. And now we want to get rid of our Ki, so our grams is going to go on the bottom. So of our conversion factor, 166 grams Ki. And yes, it is important to write the identity of your compound, because once we get to lesson 610 and 611, you are going to get lost if you're not writing down the chemicals, because we're going from one compound to another. So you need to see the cancellation of the identity of the substance. So we have, and then on top, we're going to have 1 mole Ki, because that is what we want to end up with. So our grams of Ki cancel, so we're going to do 36.5 divided by 166.00 equals 0. And usually to 2 decimal places, 2 mole Ki. And typically, as like, the thing to remember is that if you're going from grams of something to moles, your final answer is going to be fairly small. And if you're going from moles of a substance to grams, your final answer is probably going to be larger than what you started with. You try, how many moles are in 17.6 grams of sodium chloride? So the molar mass of sodium chloride is 58.43 grams per 1 mole. Then we're going to write down in our given on our railroad track. So we were given 17.6 grams NaCl. So I want my 58.43 grams from my molar mass on the bottom. And then I want my 1 mole of NaCl on top, so my grams cancel, and I'm left with 0.30 mole NaCl.